Hey everybody, I'm Scott Butterworth here to bring you some reactions from PlayStation Meeting, which happened just earlier today. One of the biggest things to come out of that event, we actually got some new footage of Mass Effect Andromeda, which is like a rare thing. It's taken a very long time to actually see this game in action. So I'm joined by Rob Handlery and Jake Decker to talk a little bit about what we actually saw today. So hey guys, how you doing?
Good. Doing good. How are you?
Are you excited about what we just saw? Like, overall, what are your reactions to the demo that we just got earlier today?
So I am so excited to finally see Mass Effect stuff, but
Yeah, right?
there's a but. It was not very interesting or exciting. Like there were a couple things you could pick out that were kind of cool, and then they had the end, which was kind of explosive, but there was no like you didn't really see any of the combat. I was waiting for like an end shot where like Ryder, the character's name, would get in a ship and take off and like actually pilot it or something, because that's been rumored. But it turns out you just walk through a cave a little bit.
Yeah, Rob, how do you feel?
Yeah, it was a weird slice, and by slice, like the thinnest slice. You know, like it even outroed, on that like event. It was like, okay, like yeah, exactly. You wanted to see a little more. It looked really good.
Yeah,
for what we saw. The
4K, the slick PlayStation Pro 4K.
Exactly. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I mean, I think notably for a game that I think they've been kind of like selling this game as a more exploration-based game, and you kind of got that little sense of the No Man's Sky scanning a plant and like reading that out. Like, I guess you can imagine, there'll be some kind of achievement or some experience, I guess you can get out of that stuff. You're going to a new planet and you're exploring, very much so. But yeah, no action, no like weapon use or anything like that.
They did tease, like they were showing that sort of universe map with a bunch of like glowing planets and talking about all the vaults and how they're not active. Apparently this is going to be like the next Borderlands game, I guess.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, right? I mean, vaults in the context of video games, like it's really hard for me to not go, oh, Borderlands? But yeah, it is sort of indicating that there's going to be more exploration, that this is like a big universe-driven game. But yeah, in terms of what we just saw, it was like a lot of platforming and just kind of mild exploration, no real combat. Definitely like we didn't pilot anything. So it's a shame that we didn't see more, but it was interesting that we got a good look at this particular environment. What did you guys think about the planet that we were on? I mean, in reactions to that specific environment?
I mean, well, the first thing I noticed was that obviously they're in a cave, but it looked like there was a lot of sort of alien technology or alien structures underneath them or something like that. They were jumping from the platform to platform, which I thought was pretty cool. It shows some interesting design, but still, I feel like a game like Mass Effect that's about like exploring a huge, vast galaxy, that was, like you said, just a very, very thin slice of something that like that wasn't on the top of my list of things I want to see.
Yeah.
But I mean, November 7th, we're supposedly getting more. So
yeah, that was interesting that they teased a date for when they're actually going to show a trailer. It's like normally that's when you would insert your release date, but they're like, this is the date we're going to actually tell you stuff about the game.
Yeah, I mean, since E3, people have been just dying to see what this game was, and now we got something that wasn't off-screen gameplay of a Mako, moving around. What I will say, having to rewatch it again, was the ending of the cutscene, the show being some ancient alien technology, some hub they interact with. I don't know if you caught that, but whenever I see red in that game, I think of like the Reaper beams and stuff. Not only that, you see this beam, something's going wrong, something's attacking them, right? I think it's like another form of the Reaper. You even get like the sound effects, that really heavy, distorted like war cry they have of the actual Reaper, walkers. It seemed like maybe it's a second coming, or I mean, I'm assuming or hypothesizing, but like it almost felt like an ancient Reaper, seeping out of like whatever planet they're exploring.
I mean, you may not be too far off. The Reapers are obviously like the sort of iconic trademark enemy of the series, and supposedly that threat has been dealt with, and this game takes place like 1,000 years after the conclusion of the original trilogy. So, but then again, this is like a long, ongoing threat within that universe, so it's entirely possible we'll see them return in some form.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, unfortunately, even though we did get to see the game in action, plenty of still unanswered questions. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have to wait for November 7th to roll around when we'll finally get more. So yeah, if you guys out there want to stay tuned, come back to the site on November 7th when we will break down some more footage and hopefully get into some of the gameplay and exploration of Mass Effect Andromeda. Currently scheduled to come out Q1 next year. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to get delayed again? Do you think it's going to hit that window? You guys are nodding.
It's going to get delayed.
Yeah, I mean, given that we've seen so little so far, and we're just getting this little trickle now here in September, like within 6 months when the game's supposed to launch, not a great sign. Although personally, I'm okay with it getting pushed if it needs that time. I mean, if it means we're going to get a better game, then that's okay.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. I want this game to be good, as I'm sure many of the fans do and the developers do. So if they have to delay it, that's fine. I think it's going to sting a lot, though, because there's been lots of delays for this game already.
Yeah.
Or two. One or two?
I think two officially. And there was a long period of time when we didn't have any kind of indication of when it was coming out. But now, for now, Q1 next year. And if nothing else, stay tuned to GameSpot.com for more information on Mass Effect Andromeda as it becomes available. We'll see you later.